azeotropic mixtures, which are also called as constant boiling mixtures. Now, as the name itself says, constant boiling mixtures. They boil at constant temperature. Let me take one example and explain. Suppose we have two components, A and B. They have individual boiling points as 50 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius. They have different boiling points. But if we mix the two in some particular percentage, then this mixture, if it boils together at one particular temperature, then it is called as an azeotropic mixture. Now, we can define azeotropic mixtures as those binary mixtures which have same composition in liquid phase and vapor phase. Because we have taken some percentage here, their mole fractions will be fixed here in the liquid phase. When they go into the vapor phase, since they are going together in the vapor phase, there also their mole fraction will be same. So, I'll repeat the definition once again. Azeotropic mixtures or constant boiling mixtures are those mixtures, those binary mixtures which have same composition in liquid phase and in the vapor phase. Now, they can be of two types. One, minimum boiling azeotrops or maximum boiling azeotrops. Now, what they are? If we mix the two and the boiling point of the resultant mixture is lesser than either of them, lesser than both of them in fact. That means 50 and 60 are the individual boiling points. If the mixture boils at a temperature lesser than 50 and 60 both, means somewhere around 40 or something like that, then it is called as minimum boiling azeotrope. If the mixture boils at a temperature greater than them, it is called as maximum boiling azeotropes. Now, we will relate this azeotropic mixture to what we have done in non-ideal solution. You remember we have defined non-ideal solutions as those solutions which do not obey Raoult's law at all concentrations. Now, we have studied two types, positive and negative. In positive, if you remember, everything was positive, means delta, H is positive, delta, V is positive, means the vapor pressures are more. So, vapor pressures are more means their boiling point will be less. Therefore, non-ideal solutions showing positive deviation from Raoult's law are minimum boiling azeotropes. Likewise, non-ideal solutions showing negative deviation means the vapor pressures are less. You know, vapor pressure and boiling point are inversely related. So, vapor pressure is less means they form maximum boiling azeotropes. So, one example of each we can discuss as, say, minimum boiling azeotrope, ethyl alcohol water mixture, where ethyl alcohol is 95%, remaining 5% will be water. Likewise, maximum boiling azeotrope, HNO3 water mixture, where this is 68% and water is the remaining 32%. So, this is a part which is very much related to the non-ideal solutions showing positive or negative deviation. Now, there was one more topic which we have to cover, that is reverse osmosis. Just we'll recollect what osmosis was. We have taken a U-tube in which there is a semi-permeable membrane which allows only solvent molecules to pass through. It doesn't allow solute. One side we have taken solvent, the other side we have taken, say, seawater. Example, some salt water also you can take. You are familiar with the term RO. We are drinking RO waters these days. What is that technique? Osmosis we can apply here. It's the reverse of osmosis actually. If you remember what was happening in osmosis, solvent is more this side. So it passes the other side. That means the level will rise here as per osmosis. We have discussed in the previous class. So when it rises up, to keep the level here itself so that it doesn't go up, we have to apply some pressure, osmotic pressure, pi. if we apply pressure greater than the atmospheric pressure, at pressure greater than pi, at pi we are able to retain till here. If we apply some pressure here greater than this, then the reverse osmosis will occur. That means from sea water also, water can go to the other side. That means we can extract water from salt water. We can extract water from sea water. This technique can be very much useful to get more of water from sea water. Of course, we say that RO water is not very good for drinking because salts are not there in it. So we should not drink it. We can use it, but it is not good for our body. There are certain applications also you will come across of osmosis. One such is, you must have heard of when a person suffers from diarrhea, he is put on saline. Saline is introduced into his body. What is saline? It is 0.9% NaCl solution in water. Now, why they take 0.9% NaCl solution? The reason for this is, this solution, that is this saline, is isotonic with blood. We have discussed this term. Isotonic means this concentration and the blood concentration is same. That means osmosis will not occur. Our blood cells will not be affected if a person is put up on saline. If suppose the saline concentration which is given to the person, to the patient, if the concentration is more, what might happen? So this is, say, a blood cell, the cell of the body, and if the saline which is given to the patient, if the concentration is more than this, what might happen? Concentration is more means solvent here is more. When solvent inside is more means osmosis will occur. What is osmosis? From high concentration of solvent, it goes to the less concentration of solvent. That means the blood cell will lose water. It will lose water means the blood cell will shrink. It is a medical condition which is not good for the patient. This process is called as exosmosis. Likewise, if the person is given the saline where the concentration is lesser than 0.9, that means more water is outside the blood cell. More water here means from here water will go inside the blood cell. When it will go inside the blood cell means the blood cell will swell. That condition is also not good for the person. That process is end osmosis. Okay, this is end osmosis. Now, see children, we have completed with all the topics of solution as per the NCERT. We have completed all in-text and backside questions also. I have given one assignment which I would expect each one of you to complete it.